Okay. All right. Hey, welcome again to the channel. My name is Ashay. I like to explore paradigms and different perspectives and ways of looking at things and ways of looking at life. But today, I'm really just going to talk about. What am I talking about? I'm going to talk about more about my life. I guess it's more of a not a vlog. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to talk more about my life and why I left California. I know a lot of people are interested in California. A lot of people want to go there. I'm sure some people want to raise a family there and all that kind of stuff. But I was born in Sacramento. And then, my family, we lived in Davis, California, San Francisco, California, Los Angeles, California, Lancaster, California, and Elk Grove, California. If you ask me where I'm from, I'll say Elk Grove, California, because that's where I spent most of my teenage years. And that's where I spent my teenage and my high school years, mostly. We spent like 5 years in LA and just a few months in San Francisco, a few months in Lancaster. And I honestly I'm not even sure how long my parents were in Davis, but I do have memories of Davis. And I do know about Bicycle Town. So yeah. But I left California because I'd been there my whole life. It's really just that simple. When I was a senior in high school, I wanted to go to a HBCU. For those of you who don't know, that's a historically black college or university. So HBCU, college or university. Okay. And there aren't any historically black colleges or universities in California. That's one. Two, for me, I was either going to go to an all-girls school or a HBCU. The all-girls school I wanted to go to was $50,000 in Oakland. $50,000. The UCs, that's what we call them in Cali, but Universities of California. The UCs, they were expensive as well, but I knew I didn't want a UC experience because I had already heard about my parents' UC experience, and I knew that I didn't want that for myself. I'd already been, I already knew what it was like to be one of the few black kids at a all-white high school, and I just didn't want that college experience. I had enough of that. And not that it was like all bad, but definitely, I'm definitely glad I went to a historically black college. Let's just put it that way. Like, I'm glad I had that experience. So that was one thing, and then the money, and then I personally felt like UCs didn't really care about like the people actually in California. University is a business, and I felt like they cared more about getting those out of state students. I don't know where I came up with this in my head. This is just how I felt in high school. I just felt like they care more about out of state students and them paying that out of state tuition than making sure that the people who have been born and raised in California get a good education and don't have to spend a lot of money. For the amount of money that they were asking for UC, I might as well have went out of state. And I did. And Hampton University was like, at the time, was around 30 something thousand. And I got scholarship at Hampton. Not a full ride, but enough for it to be cheaper for me to go to Hampton in Virginia. Like that's what's crazy. I was saving money going to school in Virginia than if I had stayed home in California. And then some people, I guess, would ask. Some people would ask, well, what about a junior college? A junior college in my area, you could only get one class. You would only be able to get one class out of the semester, and that didn't make sense to me because I felt in high school, right? Like we all think this in high school. You're gonna go to college, and it's just gonna be 4 years, and it's gonna be just like high school, and you're gonna get out, and you're gonna have your degree. So that didn't make sense for me to take one class a semester. But you see, it's that crowded. Like the community college was that crowded in my area, and I was in the valley. You know what I'm saying? Sacramento, Elk Grove, the valley. I'm not even in a city, and it was that crowded. So that didn't make sense either. Also, my mom told my sister and I that we had to move out of the house by the time we were 18. She was like, y'all, I don't know where y'all going, but y'all are getting out of this house at 18. So I always knew I was going to go to college. I always knew I wasn't going to stay with my parents. I knew that was the option. What's kind of crazy, though, is that parents were coming up to me my senior year in high school, and they were like, you're going to leave California? Like, everything's in California. And everything really is in California. Like, for those of you who don't know, that we have snow, we have the beaches. Like, I wasn't good at it when I went. I was a little kid and I fell, but I went skiing. There's just so much to do. There's so much that California has to offer. I honestly don't understand why people just talk about LA. Like, LA's not, I wouldn't say that LA's overrated, but like there's, you know what I mean? If you're a nature person, you can go to California. If you're a city girl, city boy, you can go to California. If you like snow, you can go to California. If you want to just chill and you want to just be in nature, there's just chilling in your little suburb, and then there's actually going to Tahoe and actually going to these places out here and getting a cabin and actually being in nature. But you have all those options in California. So don't limit yourself to LA. I would definitely say that. Also, I left for a bunch of reasons, but even if I wasn't going to go to a historically black college, I still would have left the state. You know what I'm saying? It's really just about when you've been in a place all your life, you want to see what else is out there. It's really just that simple. So I'm sure people from Alabama feel that. I'm sure people from New York understand that. You know, you just want to see something different. And it gives you a better perspective on home too. Because I had no idea that people had these stereotypes about California women. I had no idea that people, you know what I'm saying? When you're just in the state, you don't know how other people see the state. And it was good to see that side of it. Because a lot of these stereotypes y'all have are wrong. They're wrong. Like, I don't know where y'all get your information all the time, but and then but some of it is true, and then because there's so many people there, and there's just so many different places you could go. But that's just a little bit on why I left California. For people who might want to go there, for people who might want to actually leave the state for college, they want to know my reasons why, or just because you're curious and you just want to know, like, who would leave California? Why? You know, it's expensive, y'all. It's expensive. That's why. Like, not everybody is wealthy who lives in California, and I'm definitely that it's the best decision I ever made. It is the best decision I ever made. I can go home whenever I want, but I'm definitely glad I'm still out of the state. So with that, thanks again for watching. If you want, you can subscribe. If you want to know, I'm going to have other videos about California, about my HBCU experience. I'm going to do a Father's Day video, blah, blah, blah. Different jobs I've done, stuff like that. And of course, we can talk about fire and all that kind of stuff too. So just tap the bell if you want to get those notifications of when I upload, and make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, just leave them at the comment below. All right. So peace, and y'all have a good one.